All right, tonight's rig. Ooh. So we got the Ventura Vibe set up as a Leslie rotary kind of speaker sound. We got the wah wah, but we're gonna go with the yellow phasal, so a normal wah. That goes into the envelope filter that also has 1 and 2 octaves down. So if you play softer, don't hit the strings as hard, you get more of that low octave. So I can use that to get that sort of there's the OD2 octave, OC2, whatever, to get that cool low octave when you're playing a solo. Just got to remember to turn it off when you start hitting it hard, otherwise it gets real. I've got it set up so it's real, like wah wah. It's like, and it sounds bouncy. Sounds like a big squishy bouncy ball floating around, bouncing around. That's totally a Morning Glory clone, so it's a blues breaker, light overdrive set mostly as a sort of a treble boost. This is the Vinuram and Tube Screamer Ibanez Tube Screamer clone. So there's a Timmy and a Tube Screamer in there, and they've got all kinds of different little tweaks and stuff that you can do. This is the Chicago Stomp Works Green Ringer, Green Thing, I think they call. But it's like the Dan Armstrong Green Ringer, so octave up, a little bit of ring mod. Um, Hendrix, kind of, all day. But I love that thing. I love sticking it in weird places, um, which is what he said, because he has issues. The single greatest Marshall in a box. My newest um acquirement. That's not the right word. But it's also the replacement. I had it on my old board that got stolen. I absolutely love it. It's the one thing that I wanted to make sure that I like, definitely replaced, and finally found one for a good price. So I have it. It's these two secret weapons. Oh. I got the ODR back there. It's upside down because I keep it always on as sort of a tone chaser and a tamer, if that makes sense. So all the rest of the overdrives and stuff can get really kind of crazy and wild, but then they come through here, it puts back a little bass, um, trims a little bit of the treble at the top end, and keeps everything from getting like super spiky loud. So that's kind of cool. Then after that, hit the Spark Boost for the best clean boost in the biz. The MXR 95, Phase 95. I love it. It's awesome. Does everything you want it to do. These two are also new. I got them on in a trade. The Juliana is just way too much for me. I've got it set as sort of a normal chorus, but with a little weird little weird warble. Then the Trelicopter, which I used to have set as a tremolo, I used to have it kind of like soften in the background, just sort of barely there, just sort of moving the sound around. Um, but then I decided, screw that, I wanted a harder clipping. So now it's, the depth is pretty high and the speed is pretty up, and so it gets a real cool tremolo thing. The ARP 97, 87, something like that. Really like it, don't love it, but it doesn't self oscillate, which is kind of cool. So you could do the ambient stuff, um, and it's got some basically like the same kind of warbles that are in there. So I've got them on now for tonight's show because there's a song I want to use them on. But typically I pull it back and just make it like a digital or analog delay and let the other stuff do the warbles. Because if you put the Leslie and the phaser and the chorus and the tremolo, you got some really cool sounds. And then the cheapest tuner I could find that works and doesn't break, because no one ever told me that my tuner sounded bad. And then the old, hey, look at my slippers. And my old boss, I've had that thing forever. The RC 20XL. I like the 20XL better than the 30. I don't know. Maybe it's just familiarity. And there's the little amp I'm using there. A little Joyo thing. Oh, and my guitar. So those are G&L neck and middle pickups. That's a 70s DiMarzio humbucker in the bridge. The middle um, knob down there actually pulls out, And what it does is adds the neck pickup to every position on the five-way switch, and switches the phase, which is kind of cool. Um, I have the whammy bar because I think guitars, Strats have to have whammy bars on them. I don't use it, but that's about it. Cool.